Hello, 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 and welcome to Dear Dana. Sorry for the delay. What is the old saying? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And I've just made it right. We were having fires to put out at home, and then I get on StreamYard and it looked blank. And then I get on here and the countdown wouldn't play, and I was like, what the heck is going on? I couldn't find anything. My StreamYard was completely blanco. It was blanco. There was nothing on here. But finally, everything started showing. I don't know what was happening. It's not a full moon. Is it Mercury retrograde? No, that happened. So, anyway, finally, we're here. The fire's put out. The show showed up. StreamYard showed up. So, whew, I'm glad everything is happening finally. And I'm back home in my regular spot. So welcome everybody to Dear Dana. Thank you for being here. Hey, Shelly Marie. Hey, Paranormal Witch Willow. Welcome to Dear Dana. It's a Wednesday night. So here we are. Dun dun dun. Well, tonight we will be talking about can you let go? Can you just let go? And a few other enlightenments that have been letting me go. Well, not letting me go, actually grabbing me in. And can you just let go means a few things, actually. Means a few things. But before we go further, and while we are waiting for hopefully a few people to drop in, I am going to drop the intro. Yes, indeedy. So, let's do that. Oh yeah, alright. And I see you in the bushes too. Hello and welcome to you all in the bushes as well. There is a lot going on in the ethers, in the world. How is everyone doing? I was glad to get away for the weekend. Always happy to be back home. No bed sleeps like your own bed. Is that not right? Even if your bed is not the newest or the fluffiest or the whateverest, no bed and no pillow sleeps like your own. And let me tell you, I fell out when I got back in my own bed, even though I enjoyed the getaway that my husband took me on. So there you go. But I did want to speak about, can you just let go? Can you let go? Are you able to let go? Because something I realized about myself was it sort of made me a wreck when my husband said, can you drop some things? Can you cancel one of your classes? Can you switch around your show? Because I want to sort of kidnap you for the weekend and take you off before you start having to study for your new licensure. I want to take you off. I'm not telling you where I'm taking you. And that fact right there about taking me off and not telling me where I was going, having that modicum of not being in control, sort of threw me for a loop. And I realized, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like having lacking that control there, right? Yes, I love him. He's my husband. I knew I'd be safe, but it made me a little anxious for whatever reason. because, didn't know how to pack, didn't know where I was going, couldn't, you know, control things. And I got to thinking about when people say they can't meditate, they can't release, they can't let go enough to do it. And it's about releasing control. It's about releasing a part of yourself, letting go. Letting go, releasing to something bigger than yourself. So something else can, stream of consciousness, creator, something bigger than yourself can sort of take over. Faith, belief, right? Then there's the other kind of control, or letting go. Is it hard for us to let go of grudges, to let go of memories that do not serve us well, to let go of anger, to let go of grief, to let go of sadness, depression, to let go of when people have done us wrong. Like you want to get back at them, right? Why is it so hard for us to let go? To let go. We want to hold on to things for dear life, right? Paranormal says, yes, I already let go of anger and hate. It does not make me feel good at all. Now I'm too busy to be sad or angry. That is excellent. Because the sad and angry weighs us down. Especially the angry. Because it eats away. Right? The angry eats away at us. It poisons us. It doesn't poison the person we're angry at. Because they're going on with their life. It poisons us. The saying, it's like we're angry, expecting it to affect the other person when it's just like us drinking the poison. Paranormal says, I got my kids in daycare. Now I'm focused on school to finish my education. I don't have the energy to be angry. Excellent. And I wouldn't waste my good energy to be angry because anger is low level energy. You can't resonate higher when you're angry. That's low level in the mud energy, so to speak. And so many people say, I cannot let go when you can't let go. Imagine when you're holding on to things so tight and you can't let go. It's like a balloon that's real tied down hard to things. If a balloon is tied down hard to things, is stuck. Imagine you tied a balloon down hard to a chair. You tied a balloon down hard to a piece of concrete or an air balloon, for instance. If you've tied an air balloon down, you can't explore and see what's out there. You can't see bigger visions of things, the beauty that's out there, because it's tied down. It's not let go. So I feel like we all have that instance of our need to control aspects of our life. Because if we can control it, to some degree, we feel like we're safe, right? But are we really? We think we're in control of a car all the time, right? But we can't control the drivers around us. Can't control the drivers around us. So, what is our thing about letting go? Sometimes we have to let go and trust something else. And that's part of what gives people that difficulty, I think, about meditation when they say they have difficulty meditating. I can't meditate because I can't let go. Or they hold on to so much other stuff that it puts blocks in their life. So I had a new awareness of myself when something good was about to happen to me with my husband. We needed to reconnect. We needed to do this. And he really wanted to surprise me. And it was a great surprise. But I was just having, angst, because I wasn't in control. I wasn't rowing the boat. And I didn't realize I had such an issue with surprises. And I was giving in and had to walk my own talk and kind of let go and give in to the anxiety and the nervousness and just give in and trust and give in to the belief everything was going to be fine and just be grateful. What are your problems with letting go? What are your problems with letting go? What are things that you have difficulty with in letting go? Is it letting go that prevents you from what? Having difficulties spiritually, having difficulties with relationships, emotionally, physically. Some people can't get past health issues, physical issues, because they can't let go. A lot of people can't lose weight because it's not really about the food. It's about emotional stuff. And food is only a symptom because they cannot let go of some emotional things. And once they're able to let go of some emotional things, then the weight is a secondary thing. Then the weight starts taking care of itself. That is some of what I find when I have helped people in the past. Some people in their relationships, when they've let go of old wounds with past relationships, they start to form healthy relationships because they didn't let go of old wounds or old hurt or old bitterness. Paranormal Willow says she doesn't like surprise at all. Sometimes surprise can be cool. Somebody gives you a surprise birthday party. That can be pretty cool. Yeah. One time somebody gave me a surprise bridal shower. I had a toothache. Heard a knock at the door. Somebody said they called in a dentist that made a dentist that made house calls, and it was a stripper. That was actually a surprise. That was pretty fun, embarrassing, funny, cool, fun. You just never know when you can let go. Sometimes you let go to something that's higher than yourself. Um, I sort of had an illumination. It was weird. I was in the kitchen and I saw sort of a flash, like a thunderbolt, and closed my eyes and felt like I got this lightning strike of emotional, spiritual. When I closed my eyes, it was like light, and I don't know how to put it. It was just this feeling that came over me, sort of like, I don't know if you call it a download, but it just felt angelic. I don't know what you would say. I don't know what you would say. But that being said, I just decided to take my own thoughts and let go, close my eyes, did some conscious breathing, and just let the feelings come and the visuals come right there in the kitchen. To, it felt like a mini meditation, and I just let it come. Paranormal Witch says, I just like to know what I'm getting to before I go to the destination. It's like being cautious thing. Anxiety kicks in at times. Yeah, we all deal with that anxiety when we don't know what's coming. I think that's pretty natural. It's excitement or anxiety when you don't know what's around the corner. Don't you think? Anxiety when you don't know what's coming. Excitement. It's like a blind date, maybe. That would bring anxiety. A blind date would be super anxious. I think I've had one in my life. Maybe. Blind dates can make you super anxious. Surprises, getting married, getting divorced. Yeah, but we all deal with it and we all live through it. I don't know what's happening. I don't think I'm showing up on the radar tonight. Is there something going on where I'm just not showing up? My thumbnail is not even showing up. What is going on? Not even showing up. What is going on? Were you guys having a hard time finding me? Highly unusual. Hey, Chase Ryder. Hey there, Queen of O'Hara. I don't even see the picture from my thumbnail showing up tonight. Really weird. Like I said, when I came to StreamYard, it showed a complete blank. Anyway, we were talking about being able to let go. How hard it is to let go of things. How hard is it for you, Chase and Queen of O'Hara, to let go? Just to let go and be brave and let go of control. Thank you, Queen of O'Hara. Is it hard for you to let go of control? Or do you have to be the controller? I thought I was pretty chill. Didn't have to control everything till recently. But it is a lesson to be able to learn to release, let go. And that is a principal thing when people say they can't meditate. To learn to meditate, you have to learn to let go. People want to go, oop, I'm letting go, can't do this. I have to control what's going in. It's part of hypnosis. People go, oh, I got to control this. They're afraid something's going to take over. Oh, sorry about that, Chase. That would be very hard to have to let go of your whole entire family because they have addictions. So very sorry. How hard is it, Chase, for you to let go of control of yourself? I do understand that. How hard is it to go of control of yourself, though? Give up control of yourself to others. To say, okay, I'll let you take over. Or give up control to hypnosis or meditation. Or like my husband took me somewhere and wouldn't tell me where we're going. To let somebody else take the wheel. See, I'm used to planning things, taking care of like medication with the kids, talking to doctors, creating plans for people, therapeutic plans, etc., etc. See, you say you don't give control to others because they always let you down. And I understand that mentality because you've had to give up a whole family. I get it. But let me tell you, everyone in the world will not let you down. Trust me on this. Everyone in the world will not let you down. Have you been able to give into meditation or prayer or higher self or God or creator? Have you been able to um, give into a higher power, Chase? Or is it always just yourself? Because it's hard to just have to always depend on yourself. That is a hard road to take. I understand where you're coming from 150%. I have sisters who sleep with each other's. Oh, that's not good. Mm-mm-mm. I am so very sorry about that. But I promise you, everybody in the world is not like that. I hope your reflection of everyone around you and everyone you meet is not tainted by that. That is my hope and prayer for you. Because that is not the way the whole world is. It can seem hard to have hope and faith that it's that way. I don't know your living circumstances, Chase, or the people that are immediately around you now, but I can promise you the entire world, is not like that. It is hard to let go of anger and sadness and um, things that don't make you feel safe. But at some point, you do have to gravitate toward that feeling of rising up. Trust me, you have to gravitate towards that feeling of rising up. And it's something so deep within you that you can't be that balloon, that hot air balloon tied to concrete. I understand that you say in order to save yourself and your kids, you told them to leave you alone and don't ever call you again. I can understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you do have to save yourself. I get you. Sometimes you have to make clear boundaries. If there's no saving them, you do have to save yourself. Hello, Broken 13. I know how you feel, Chase. I cut my family off as well to save myself and my children. You did the right thing. If you cannot, you can't, your family has to be able to save themselves. All you can do with people sometimes is lend a hand. They have to choose to want to save themselves. You cannot be their savior. You can stand there with them with a helping hand. Oh, that's Jurian. Hey, Jurian. You can stand there with a helping hand. They have to choose to save themselves. But you do have to make boundaries, healthy boundaries for your own family. You do have to make healthy boundaries for your own family. But you also have to look within yourself and make sure that you don't carry the bitterness and anger within yourself, that you're able to work on that in a healthy way so you don't poison your own spirit. So you don't poison your own spirit. And that doesn't become something that's passed on to your children. Because you all deserve better, right? You don't want to have that historically passed down to your kids, right? That's the whole reason you moved on and created those boundaries. To break that cycle. You want it to break that cycle. That was the most healthy thing you could do. So your children aren't immersed in that culture of what they refuse to get healthy from. So I admire you for that. But now is the time for everybody to be able to let go and thrive in their own life, right? To find ways to heal and thrive in their own life. It's like that hot air balloon. You don't want to be tied to that concrete. You want to be able to fly and see the whole landscape, all the beautiful colors of it. All the beautiful colors of it. So that would be my question to you all, Jurian, right, and Chase. Are you going to the places that you were able to see the beautiful colors of the landscape and letting go of what was harming you at that time? I know that Broken 13 does all that beautiful art. Sometimes letting go is about being able to breathe and free yourself from those things that make you feel like you have to have control of everything. Because there are going to be things from the outside coming at you, even when you move away from the things that were causing you harm. It's like I was saying before, I can control a car and think that, okay, I'm safe because I'm driving or I'm driving in my life. But there are going to be all these things coming at me in different directions that I can't control. Chase says, I'm able to see positive things only because I pretend those people don't exist. And Brogan says, oh, yes, I've worked through that trauma a long time ago through art and doing things to connect me to me and grow into a better father. That is a beautiful thing, Broken 13. And I'm glad that you say that as well, Chase. And it's good because if you're getting healthy and happy, your children see that. And that's what reflects onto them and helps them to thrive even more. You see what I'm saying? Because they can see and feel and sense everything that comes off of you, even if you never say it. The story is still passed down to them and through them. So the healthier you get, the more you're able to free yourself and let go, the more beneficial it is to them. So we may not always let go of everything, but if we can be like that hot air balloon and release and let go in some ways of those things that we know we're holding on tight to, the more we can breathe and see the colors in the landscape. And it's important for us to go, aha, I see where I'm not letting go. I see where I feel anxious and I have that need to control. Just like I saw in myself this past weekend when my husband wanted to do something so beautiful for me, but I was anxious stupidly and I felt that need to control. And I could see it in myself. And I saw that I needed to work on that. You remember when I said I recognize things in myself on a consistent basis and I realize when I need to work on myself? I'm a constant source of work. We all have those things that we need to recognize and work on. It doesn't stop at a certain age. Broken said, oh, yes, I've worked through that trauma. Okay, Chase, they do exist, and you teach your kids to watch out for those type of people and their behavior. Bravo, Broken. You can't act like they disappear because even if you don't ever talk to those family members, they those I don't want to say those people like your family will pop into your lives somewhere else and the behaviors will come up. Hey, Mark Kropka, thank you for coming in. Chase, I don't want my daughter to grow up like them. I feel I have that control. Chase, you don't. You have some modicum of control with what you teach your daughter and the guidance you give your daughter. How old is your daughter? Once she hits a certain age, her direction goes to her peers. And rest assured, she is her own person. And she will make her own decisions. And you only have a certain degree of control over your daughter. And I hope and pray that you will love your daughter with unconditional positive regard. You cannot control everything about her. You can only do your best to love her and raise her and give her beautiful guidance. But ultimately, she is her own person. I have a daughter, I had a son, but trust me, she was only loaned to you. My daughter's smart and lovely and has a beautiful heart too. She's gifted. But she is not me. I raised her properly. I gave her good guidance. She has a beautiful heart, but she is her own person. And once she becomes a certain age, and she is her own. I cannot live her life for her. and I cannot choose what she does when she is out of my control. You will have to remember that. You know what I mean? You can only do what you can do. When they are not around you, she's 11 now. When she hits teenage, I'm just saying, you can ground her when she's in the house and stuff, but when she's out and about, you're not going to know everything. And hopefully, she stays on straight and narrow and everything's perfect. She's going to make mistakes. She's going to have to make mistakes to learn. So, but you know this. You already know this. She's afraid of people. Do you want her to be afraid of people? Please tell me you don't want her to be afraid of people. You don't want her to be afraid of people. I know she's a lovely child. You said you had children, or you just have that one child? Bless her heart. And you don't trust people very easily either. So she probably, maybe she gets that from you, I don't know. Or maybe it comes naturally. You have two kids. Is your other kid a son? I don't know. But what we want is our kids to flourish and be happy and be social, because that is ultimately what's going to help them develop and have friends. You know? But it's hard enough as it is out there. Bless them. It's hard enough on kids. Do they go to public schools, Chase? But it's important to know when to hold on and when to let go, right? When to feel freedom and when to um, hold what's important to us. I can understand that, Chase. But it's important not to allow the kids to be afraid of everybody. But I understand what you're saying. But just know, like, I'm not like your family. And I know you don't know me in person. But you must get some sense of me, right? And hopefully you will know that there are other people that are not like your family. Very good. So, what I'm asking all of you to do is step outside of your boxes. Take an internal look at what you're afraid of letting go and whether that thing that you're having a hard time letting go is serving you well or not serving you well. And just try to work on it. Try to do some self work on it. You know? Like I had to do self work on myself about letting some control go, letting some of that control go, and having some faith and belief, especially in my husband, and knowing that I don't have to control every little bit of minutia of everything. I can let others take over and just kind of release, just release and let go and let others do for a hot minute and know that everything's going to be okay and just breathe. Just breathe. Trust in something higher than yourself. Know how to connect to God or your creator or angels or whatever your higher power is. Just connect to that. Don't be the hot air balloon tied to the concrete. Go within a little bit, you know? Also wanted to share with you today. We know, slap heard around the world with Chris Rock. And today I heard about, oh gosh, I know his name. And I'm going to have to Google it because I forgot his name. Okay. It is comedian Dave Chappelle in LA this weekend. I understand Chase, and I don't know how you so many weird things are happening. I swear I didn't mute myself. Started out StreamYard was blank. Then I had this has been one heck of a night. Anyway, thanks guys. Anyway, we know Chris Rock got slapped. Then he had his first show. Then when someone tried to jump stage, am I still mute? I unmuted myself. Okay. Then someone tried to jump stage. Now, Dave Chappelle had someone with a gun and a knife at the end of his show jump the stage and try to attack him. So it is starting to set a precedence of people good trying to attack comedians. So what happened with Will Smith doing that is starting to stir up people thinking they can jump and attack comedians. Not good. No bueno. It did start stirring up this problem. So I don't know what they're going to have to do about that. They're going to have to spike up their bodyguards, I guess. I think Will Smith has popped out lately. I don't know where they saw him most recently. I know he'd gone to another country to try to promote his own healing. Um, Jada kind of threw him under the bus. What a mess. Mental health is coming to the forefront. It is coming to the forefront. for famous people, everybody. It should have had a light shined upon it decades ago, but it is really coming to the forefront now, more than ever, and it needs to be. I'm hoping that by so many famous people, like losing it, it will make it more normal for everyone watching. Yeah, that weapon was scary, scary, scary. Not only this, and I'm probably going to talk about it more, I'm glued to the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. Because let me tell you, it is somebody like me, psychotherapist. It is messed up, but it's a psychotherapist dream case to watch. Because let me tell you, I'm sorry, but I am on Johnny Depp's team because Amber Heard is a hot mess. In most cases, I would probably be on the woman's side because, as a general rule, most of the time, hey, Jeannie and Maxie, you see that the female is the victim most of the time, not all of the time. In this case, I 100% believe Johnny Depp, not because he is a famous star. I'm watching her behavior on the stand with body language. If any of you are watching the case, when someone makes this shape, not what I'm doing now, when they go, I can't do it, my bottom looks too big. The upside down face, she does it a lot. It's like an upside down smile. If you're watching the trial, who's watching it? If you're not, it would be very interesting if you did. The upside down smile. You will notice every time she talks about Johnny Depp doing AB or DV, she tends to do that upside down smile. Yeah. When she does the upside down smile, that face is synonymous with, in body language, that they do not believe what they're saying. Other people might think it's her way of looking sad. Hmm, hmm, hmm. But that upside down smile is body language lingo, for she does not believe what she's saying. Hmm, hmm. If you cover the eyes when you are watching her talk and just look at the mouth, or you cover the mouth and just look at the eyes, body language wise, they're saying different things than what she's actually saying. The upside down smile will match. She'll do it every time she talks about AB or DV. And that is synonymous with she doesn't believe what she's saying, which equals lie. Lie, 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 lie. And if you were to do the drinking game, every time she did the upside down smile, talking about Johnny Depp doing AB or DV, you'd have alcohol poisoning. I'm telling you, you'd have alcohol poisoning. So if you watch the trial in that way and then look at her eyes, sometimes, do it different, they show disgust and stuff a lot. Or you'll catch her teeth going, if you change, look, girl, the girl is lying. She is lying, lying, lying. He comes forward after it's been in the UK and she did this to him. He's lost all of these roles and this money, and he's filleted himself like a fish. He's filleted himself like a fish. He even admitted to the drugs. He opened his whole life and said, yes, I've been AB'd by a woman, And you can tell he's been genuine, talked about it all, brought all these very humbled witnesses on stand. A man as famous as him has said, yes, I am a DV victim, and all of this has happened with nothing else to lose. You hear what I'm saying? Asking for $50 million, pretty much what he lost in the roles he already lost. She comes up behind him asking for $150 million. The girl can't act her way out of a paper bag. I want him to win, and I want her canceled. That sounds terrible. I sound mean, don't I? Have you ever heard me sound mean? In the time I've been on the channel, have you heard me sound mean? And I hope this sets precedent for any true DV survivor that is a male out there to know that he can step forward. And I want her taken off the Me Too movement because she is a shame for any survivor that has truly been a victim of that movement. She used it as a way to get more roles and to be in the spotlight and to get a role in Aquaman. Truth. Her mother, and I found it, put out a text or note at the end prior to her life talking about the drugs and alcohol Amber was using and that she was afraid of Amber. She has AB'd her sister numerous occasions. Numerous. Her friends are afraid of her. She went to jail because of her ex-wife, and her ex-wife will not step up. Hey, Dee Marie. And Franco and Elon were supposed to be distant witnesses pulled out at the last minute. I had already diagnosed casually her with borderline prior to Dr. Duffy diagnosing her with it. And I was like, heck yeah, Dr. Duffy, high five, high five, high five. And then that other doctor, who is a poor excuse for a doctor coming up on that, the one reading the pages that's not supposed to be reading the pages up there. And then she's saying that he did it. And she's not supposed to have any opinion whatsoever. She's supposed to be objective. And she's not supposed to be using any type of pronoun up there. What a joke. She's a joke to psychologists. And I can say that. What a hot mess. Hey, Dee Marie, are you saying wow because I'm being shady? It is so sickening and manipulative. So sickening and manipulative. She wore her hair up on one side. Let me tell you why she did that. As someone in the psych field, she wore her hair up on one side so that the jury could make sure and see her face the entire time, and so she could flip and see them quickly and do all her, facial extortions. Dee Marie, did you hear me when I said every time she does an upside down pitiful thing with her face. That facial and body language, when they contort their face like an upside down smile, that's a body language signal, which means they do not believe what they're saying. And she typically says it does that with her face when she's talking about Johnny Depp A, B, or DV. Almost every single time. And I was telling them, if you were to take a drink every time she does that, you'd have alcohol poisoning. So watch it next time she does that. And you will see her doing that funny upside down, upside down thing. Yeah, her mom literally said it. You can find it online. Here's another thing. There is a video, and I put a little tiny piece of it Saturday night. There's a video that over 100 people did that I do not even know if Johnny got to see it. I put a tiny piece of it on my Saturday night video. Over 100 people, a lot of stars did it. Lovely comments to Johnny, or comments about Johnny, for a birthday video that I don't know if you got to see, about things he's done, his demeanor, what a lovely man he is. 100 different people in the industry, friends, etc., that have been over the years, directors, everything. Just you name it. Older ones, younger ones, everything. It said 100. I have to see it for Johnny Depp. See if I can find it so you guys can find it. It was just heart. It just grabbed your heart. They showed some of the most beautiful things that he has done for people. People he didn't know, children in hospice, cancer wards on his birthday when he was never asked, homeless people that he brought onto sets of movies so he could pay them and give them money. I mean, he just does, I can't even tell you. Okay, it says 100 people describe Johnny Depp birthday tribute. You have to watch it. It's called Inspired with Johnny Depp. I'll put the title in the description. 100 people describe Johnny Depp birthday tribute. You have to watch it. 100 people describe, and these are famous people, Johnny Depp birthday tribute. I just happened to find it. It is a must see. It was done a year ago. I mean, they talk about how humble he is, quiet he is. I can't stress it enough. And you can find things about him like that. You can't find one thing about Amber Heard that she has done under the radar. Not one thing. Try to find one thing she's done under the radar for the good of others. This talked about, there was one movie they did, and there were, you know how they have people that do lighting and all this other stuff. Hey, Vintage Optimism. You know, the people, the grunt, that do the grunt work, not the stars. And it was raining and icing and hailing and all this stuff. And he went out and bought coats for everybody so they wouldn't be freezing out of his own pocket. All the stuff she says does not sound like the same person. does not sound like. So I want Amber Heard gone. Bye, girl. Goodbye, girl. She is a black widow. She she went she dated Elon Musk for a year, did not even care about the dude, let him pay a lot of her bills and attorney's fees, lots of money, wine her, dine her, buy her things, and then broke up and devastated him after a year. She's living in one of Johnny Depp's properties rent free, doesn't pay a thing, doesn't pay anything. She got the money that was supposed to go to charity, didn't pay the charity. So if she doesn't lose, and I mean lose, I will be so upset. Because I am a good judge of right and wrong, a good judge of character, a good judge of lying. This girl needs to go. She's dangerous. She's dangerous and she is lying. And I'm scared about the baby she's raising. Look, I feel for her because she was raised with a very, very abusive father. There was drugs and alcohol going on in her family. She's lost her mother now. Okay. When you are raised in an extremely abusive family, the children tend to go one of two ways. The children either learn from it, become now they do and are affected in a mental health way. And they typically can become very humble and want to help people, okay? Or they can be perpetrators of the same or similar violence. Her sister, Whitney, kind of humble, tends to want to help people. Guess which one Amber is? She's a perpetrator. In my professional, humble opinion, she is a perpetrator. In my opinion. Just in my opinion. She's already been arrested for DV with a previous wife. She has had AB with her sister. Her mother admitted to being scared of her. People have confessed that her friends are scared of her. Many of her friends are scared of her, intimidated by her. And I guarantee you, someone said that Elon had gotten an injury while he was dating her. Elon Musk. On his face. And there was a photograph of a red mark on his face while he was dating her. Man, some men might like it. You never know. Some men might like it. I'm not saying it's right. He might not have gotten an extreme of it. Finish says, listening to Amber on the stand today, I was grateful it was Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with us, Black Widow. Woo! Yes. So, Vintage, do you agree she's a Black Widow? Look, next movie that comes out for her should be called The Black Widow, and it should be the last one. Because I believe that she targets men. I believe she does prefer women. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. I believe she tends to be more hostile with men. I believe she targets men more that are more successful with money. Let me tell you why. Yes, vintage. I 100% agree. Let me tell you why. Because, a couple of things. Internally, she is angry, angry, angry at her dad. Rightfully so. Number two, these men are either very super uber successful in Hollywood and can help her work up the path. Okay? Or they're super duper successful, like Elon Musk, which that couldn't help her work up Hollywood's path as much. It only helped her with money. Maybe she thought it could help her up Hollywood's path because of his connections. Not so much. I think that's why she broke it off in a year. He didn't have the Hollywood connections that she would have liked to get her where she wanted. In my opinion. That's why she went ahead and broke it off in a year. She's more interested in where the stars can get her. But she prefers women, in my opinion. I feel like she only goes after the men in Hollywood to get her quicker up the ladder because she wants to be a megastar. But I do not think she has the acting jobs for it. I just don't. And I feel like she was working on Jason Momoa. He was next. And you see what happened to Jason Momoa's marriage. She was targeting him just like she did Johnny. Johnny was with Vanessa at the time that Amber met Johnny. The first night of shooting, what does Amber do? And I know this to be true. She goes into Johnny's trailer and starts making out with him. He starts feeling guilty because there was some kind of spark there and makes her leave because the trailer was going to get hauled and he was feeling guilty because he was still with Vanessa. She had written a letter because she wanted to try out for the role on Rum Diaries. I think that she had her eye on making something happen with Johnny to get her foot in the door for bigger and better roles in Hollywood. Seriously. I don't really think she wanted Johnny in the big picture. I don't. Not in the big picture. I don't. She slips into James Franco. He's not that big anymore. Was he really ever? And you see about the rumors with Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa was becoming big. Amber Alert, Jason Momoa. You better get her off that second film. You see what's happened to your marriage. You see what's happened. And where she got that sperm? Did she get it from Elon? Did they break some kind of deal? What's up with that? What's the secret behind that sperm? I want to know. I want to know. You know, I hate to do it, but I really feel like breaking this down more Saturday night because my teeth are in this like grits, like butter on grits. Because the psychologist for her and Amber and that whole set, they're driving me nuts. Because I can see through this like x-ray vision. I wish it was a criminal case. And the FBI has got their eyes on her because Australia, they want Amber back because they know that she knew she wasn't supposed to bring the dogs in. They're wanting her for perjury. Oh, yeah, you're right, Dee Marie. She needed him to look at her so bad. She wanted that so badly. She kept hawking him down. Hey, Virginia Woolf, would all of you be upset if I brought clips of the videos and her faces and all of that stuff here Saturday night? Would you be upset with me? I hope Dr. Curry is called back. She is a psychologist after this psychotherapist's heart. She is me on the other side of the world. Love her. Don't like the other one. Dr. Hughes. Everybody's calling her Dr. Huge right now. Huge. I want to say huge dumbass, but that's not very nice. Hey, I'm a fool kind of thinking she's telling some truth. Who's telling some truth, Virginia Woolf? Look, Virginia Woolf, I'm going to tell you like I tell them. I know a lot about some body language. Every time she does that mouth like this, when she talks about DV and AB, in body language lingo, when she does that upside down mouth, that means she does not believe what she's saying. And if you were to take a drink every time she did it, you'd get alcohol poisoning. You would get alcohol poisoning. I know you want to believe her. Honey, I know you do. And most women that have been in those situations, I would believe. But let me tell you, if you lived with her and stayed more than 2 years, we'd be looking for your body. I'm sorry. We would be looking for your body. Her own mother was scared of her, Virginia Woolf. She has attacked her sister numerous times, Virginia Woolf. She attacked her ex-wife. Her friends are afraid of her. An actress just came up on another YouTube channel today who has met her and knows her personally. Not her friend. And said she is a supreme liar. Do not believe her. I love your heart like that. And trust me, I tend to give most all people the benefit of the doubt. But this girlfriend right here, she is wanting to be. She's not good. She's not good. She's probably got some good in her in places, but this is like all kinds of wrong. This is all kinds of wrong. And as a survivor of DV, your mama is not the first person you call and have a chat about it. Trust and believe. And if it's happening before you marry the person, you don't marry the person. Trust and believe. You don't marry the person. And on his daughter's birthday, Gina Maxey, he told her very calmly, nicely, sweetly, that he was going to divorce her, that it could be amicable. As soon as he told her, she was running out trying to beat him to the punch. Sure was. And let me tell you, what stewardess, what stewardess on an airplane takes drugs? You have got to be kidding me. And she's talking about two different ones on two different planes. You have got to be kidding me. And they are not going to come forward and admit they did it. And there's stewardesses on an airplane. No stewardess on an airplane is going to admit that. And airlines do drug tests. Stupid as AF. You've got to be kidding me. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We're going to talk more about this Saturday. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. I don't sit and watch maybe a couple of cases because they were just so psychologically, I couldn't help myself. I can't help myself on this one. I can't help myself. Yeah, D. Marie, give me a break. Give me a break. If this were a criminal case, she'd be in jail. She'd be in jail. Come on now. Mm. And he's been around this long, and his ex-wife. Look, how many ex-wives you know would say all those beautiful things? Well, she's not even an ex-wife, an ex that his exes have said about him. Come on now. I'm telling you, watch that video I said about him that I put in here. I mean, this man goes to hospices, not paid or asked to, goes to cancer wards, not paid or asked to. And she talked about, yeah, you did this to me, and I was looking at the dirty carpet. What? What? She didn't say, I was in pain, I was feeling this. No, she's looking at a dirty carpet. Does not make sense. I am telling you, as a person in the psych field, come, it's not making sense, people. What she says is, look, when Johnny laid it out, there was consistency. He was genuine. He looked. It made sense. He told you when he did drugs or when he was drinking. He didn't hide the fact. He didn't. When he was slamming things in the kitchen, he just found out his mom died. She's walking around with videos trying to egg him on. His mom just died. He was slamming cabinets, not her. I saw a picture where he slammed her, threw her stuff in her closet around. And so, and so, he wanted her to leave. And so, any of us that have been through a divorce know we've done crazy stuff like that. What about all the stuff he wrote on the walls? Seemed like weird jealousy stuff and that crazy text messages. I couldn't read all the stuff on the walls. You mean the text messages between him and that other guy? Some of that was from that English show that they used to put on years ago. I dated somebody that watched that show, and I didn't get mad at him for watching it, But that show was the dumbest show I've ever seen, and they would talk crazy things like that, and I was like, what? Some of it is about context. Monty Python. Exactly, Gina. You know what I'm talking about. Some of it's about context. If it's taken out of context, it sounds weird. It said like Easy Amber, and he called her a C and a W and all that stuff like that. She called him a lot of stuff too. But what we're talking about isn't so much those words. She just cut off his finger. She had just cut off his finger. So I don't know so much about that part. I'm more concerned about the violence. My focus is on the violence. But if somebody just cut my finger off, there's no telling what I would say. And if they'd been emotionally, psychologically torturing me. I know what it's like to be gaslit too. When I go that far to say some of that stuff, no. But the point is, you have to know the degree of torture it is to be gaslit, said all that stuff to. Look, she burned a cigarette on him. She threw stuff on him. She cut his finger off. You just have to sort of weigh it out. It was a toxic relationship, no doubt. But words versus torture. You know what I mean? The stuff he wrote on there, his finger was just cut off. She'd been throwing stuff at him. You know, it doesn't make it right that he wrote those words, but, big but, we don't know to what degree. Then you see those videos of her just with a blanket, bring in Franco in the condo, bring in Eli in the condo, and now there was a video up of, see, I'm glitchy tonight. Who was the guy on Titanic? Look, in any relationship, any that goes sour, okay? Any relationship that ends in divorce or goes sour. Leonardo DiCaprio, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyone that goes sour, there is always some responsibility on both sides, okay? There's always some responsibility on both sides. I'm not saying Johnny's an angel and she's a complete devil. Let me be clear about that. Johnny's got his own issues. I'm not saying he's a complete angel. But where the op ed was written and the person that is the primary DV, AB, Amber. You got me? I'm not saying Johnny's an angel, but I'm saying he did not beat on Amber. That's what I'm saying. He did not beat on Amber. Just let me make all of this clear. Not saying he's an angel, but I'm not saying he's going, ooh. But she's not good. But just saw something earlier today. Leo said Amber had come trucking his way too. Sure did. Don't know what all the details are of that, But Leo DiCaprio said she had come his way too. So you gonna tell me she's not trying to be a Black Widow, going after some of these high-powered guys, when I really think she just is more interested in women and trying to go after them for fame, to walk her way up. I think she's using them, and that's why I hope she gets slapped and it stops. Because I really just think she wants to walk up the Hollywood ladder. And that's the truth. Yes, Dee Marie. I 150% agree with you. Instead of taking it out on women, he goes that way, artistically, or taking it out on objects, or writing it out in anger, or poetry, or art, or music, that way. He's not going to repeat what his mother did. He said she was the cruelest human he ever knew. He was going to go in the other direction. This is why I know he did not do these things to Amber. I know how the brain works. He does not have the personality to do it. She does. She took the dad's path. Exactly. In my gut, I just feel it. I sense these things. No, am I perfect? Could I be wrong? Yes, I could be wrong. I don't think I am. I do not think I am. Just trust me. He took more of his dad. Look, Johnny Depp took more of his dad's personality to be a calmer, more peaceful man, to not take out a B on people because he was so horrifically done by his mom, right? He took on a quieter, gentler spirit. Amber is more like her father. Virginia Woolf, all I can go by is the fact that I'm a deeply spiritual person. I sense people from the soul out, and I'm a psychotherapist. So I've studied these things. That's all I have to go by. Again, could I be wrong? Yes, I could. I just don't feel it. But a lot of people don't feel it, right? I'm not the only one. And I think a lot of women's intuition is like, ooh, she's bad. You know what I mean? Ooh, she's bad. I think a lot of women are picking up on it like that. Because women usually go for women. Women usually want to fight for women. Am I right, Dee? Gina? Women usually want to fight for women. And any other women still in here? Paranormal, I don't know who's still in here. And those in the bushes? Women typically want to fight for women. But this is way off. Our alarms are ringing. And you are a gentleman, Virginia Woolf. You are a kind, loving gentleman. This is just way off. Virginia Woolf says, let me pull this up. I think it's possible that AB may have become commonplace with them normalized, and Johnny may have had some issues and may have wanted to experiment with slapping her around. I see what you're saying, and it could with a lot of people. I just don't feel it. I don't feel it. And plus the fact, He is a star. Why? Why would he want to do this and mess up his career? Even that doesn't make sense. Dee says, "You're right. I feel and sense something very dark in her." Yes, and she thinks she would get by with it. Why not? And during the Me Too movement, and put her at the height of things to represent and put her in the spotlight to make her grow even faster? Come on, girl. Next week, the courtroom is going to be dark. What to do? Women do take up for women. Yes, we do. We typically would be like, oh, let's get him. Let's take him down. Not this time. Not this time. In his defense, I think there would be way more damage to her face and worse bruising, way worse. Yes, and even that bruise she showed on her arm today, look, he wears rings. Nothing looked like a ring. If he grabbed her like this, there was nothing looked like fingerprints or a handprint. No. No, 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 no. And even the cops said they saw nothing when they went. Nothing. So you're going to tell me the cops lied? No. No. And then the guy that had to go pick her up because she was drinking and took MMDA and was puking everywhere? No. It's details. Details. And when she testifies tomorrow, I want you to look. Every time she mentions DV or NAB, when that mouth turns down, and it will, you watch that. And on the TV, cover her mouth and look at her eyes. And look how they shaped. Do they look sad? No. They have another expression. Then cover the eyes and look at her mouth. Does it really look sad? No, it's another kind of expression. It will be interesting. And she was not able to pull out one tear. Not one tear today. And if you are remembering those episodes, it brings out emotion. The minute she was trying to squeeze out some emotion and it didn't work, she went back straight faced. Come on now. Virginia Woolf said, "I've seen abused women and their bruises were disturbing. Black eyes and stuff. It was not vague, but you have to use your gut and your common sense. You just have to." She said he backhanded her once. Those rings would have tore. Oh, yeah, those big heavy rings would have made imprints, for sure. I've been in the bushes multitasking. I completely agree with you, Dana. As a trained professional, I see the same behaviors off and on the stand, shaking my head. It was Hot Mess Express. And she'll look at the people, the jurors and stuff, kind of trying to see how they respond. Oh, and someone that I saw on Popcorn Planet that has met her numerous times says when she is around you, she won't look you in the eye. She won't look you in the eye. So, just a few keynotes. Look, I'm going to do this Saturday night. I am going to pull up some of the things from the trial because she's got me fired up. I showed it to my mom today. She said, "Why did you have to show me that? Now I'm all addicted to it because I am so hot about it." She said, "Because I'm usually calm. I've never seen you so worked up." Because she is so Look, I know people have mental health problems. She's got personality disorders, and I feel for her growing up in that environment. I do. But girl, mental health problems or not, she's got some darkness in her. hmm And I hope she's loving and continues to be loving to that baby that she brought into that world. I pray she does. I do, I do, I do. Just stay loving and kind to that baby that you have brought into this world, Amber Heard. That is what my hope and prayer for you. Yes, Virginia Woolf says, I guess I don't like to see women get abused. So if it is heck awful that someone would fake it, I completely agree with you. Because I have been on the receiving end of AB. Part of why I am worked up about it, to be honest. Part of why I'm worked up about it. Look, smart people get victimized too. Smart women get victimized. Famous actors get victimized. Men get victimized. It was so brave of him to say, hey, I've lost everything. I've got nothing to lose. I'm laying it all out there. Because he's got kids. His kids were like, look what she did to you. Look what she did to you. So he probably said, I don't want my kids to see me as a loser. I don't want my children to say, look what she did to you. You lost everything for her. And you didn't fight. And this is primarily why he's doing it. Dee says, the faking it just undervalues what actual victims have been through. And the fact that she wanted to represent the Me Too movement and wrote that op-ed, and she doesn't like to be abandoned, so she wanted to get even with him and make sure she got the role in the Aquaman movie that he helped her get, that she probably was afraid they were going to drop kick her because she was getting divorced. You see all the little pieces? Look, people that are hungry enough and want to crawl up the ladder in Hollywood will often do anything, especially if they have significant mental health problems. And in the beginning of her testimony, what was she saying? I'd do anything. So if she's telling the truth and nobody believes her, just think how bad that is. Well, she already said all these things in the UK, and they overlooked a lot of evidence Johnny Depp had, didn't even want to look at it. So he already had to go through this in the UK, and they didn't want to look at his evidence. So they found him guilty without looking at proof. So think how bad that is. And it ruined his career. So he was telling the truth. So think how bad that is. They didn't believe him because he's a man. So it goes the other way too. So why didn't she go to the doctor when she's trying to say you put a broken bottle up her hoo-ha? Why didn't she go to the doctor and find proof then? It would have been easy to prove. I would have gone to the doctor if there was broken glass up my hoo-ha. What woman would not have gone to the doctor? Oh, I want the truth, but I think we're getting the truth. He's bringing witnesses. I agree, Moonchild. And I understand where you're coming from, Virginia Woolf. I do. But this is the very reason men do not come forward. This is the very reason men do not come forward. When he disappeared on her, was that him getting away from? Yes! He was trying to go to another property in the same area that they had to lock the door or lock himself in the bathroom or somewhere else. She come banging on the door trying to get in. If they would go on trips, who was working for him would get 2 suites so he would have a place to get away. And they testified to that. They literally testified to that. No wonder the wine she drinks is $500 a bottle, with her being a third level sommelier. I don't understand. Clarify that, Gina. Clarify. He doesn't help himself writing all of those letters. How great she is. Yeah, but you have to understand, if you have been in rehab and you are feeling better, and also if you have been on the receiving end of victimization and you have been gaslit for so long, and you understand gaslighting, when somebody has played with your brain, making you think that what you believe is not true. They can twist and turn things so you don't understand what the truth is and what it's not, that you don't have your own thoughts. They'll try to tell you that the sky is green instead of blue and make you believe it's green. It's a psychological head game. Then you start to believe they're your saving grace while they're beating on you. Do you understand? You do anything to keep the peace almost. I was wondering because she said he would disappear for days, and it crossed my mind because she was so vague. When he was harmed one time, the physician and someone else that worked with him said they thought it was to his benefit to go to another property and stay with a nurse to get rest and relaxation and heal, and she stay where she was because he didn't need to be around her chaos. He just needed to heal. They didn't want Amber around him. And that was testified to. And so she's probably referring to some of that, but twisting it. They told us she only drinks $500 wine. And today on her resume, she said probably she was a third level. Probably. Because she drinks so much wine. I get it. I've been the victim of beautiful female masterminds. You tend to gloss over the negative part sometimes. Okay, Virginia Woolf. Not glossing over the negative. I see the negative. But this case is focused on the severe abuse, not just the words. Yeah. I mean, it's about the op ed and the physical primarily. The way she twisted it's all in details, yeah. Chase, I guess a high level sommelier. Yeah. Chase, have you been watching a lot of the case? Yeah, yeah, he's trying to see the positive too, yeah. And he loved her. He did love her. And he wanted to keep things calm and peaceful. He wanted to see more of the positive. He was happy to be out and sober. He really liked her mom a lot. Amber's mom and him had become close. And from what I understand, Amber's mom was a sweetheart. She was a real sweetheart. But this case can like take you down the rabbit hole for sure. But I think we need to talk about it more on Saturday. I think I am going to have to talk about it. Yeah, it's blackout week next week. It's going to drive me crazy. I want to see the end of it come to fruition. I know that it got to where the kids had nothing to do with Amber any longer. His apologies make him seem guilty. Look, do you know how many times I would apologize to my ex sometimes to keep the peace, to make things go back to normal, to I would apologize for things that I didn't do. Look up gaslighting or videos on gaslighting, and it will make more sense to you. He was closer to the mother's age. Maybe that was an indication that Amber was too young for him. Ooh, you know it. Look, middle life crisis. Men always want the hottest, newest, funnest toy. You know how that goes. Guys always want young girls. She baited him. What? She baited him bringing up the kids. Ooh, I know. It was all he could do not to look up and respond today. You know that had to make him hot, and not in a good way. But I hope when his attorneys start questioning her that they try to look her straight in the eyes, because that will rattle her cage. That will be the quickest way to rattle her cage. Cannot wait till they start questioning her. Instead of Rotten Bottom, and I can't remember her female attorney's name. Don't like that attorney either. I don't like her voice. I sound terrible. What happened to calm, peaceful, loving, kind, spiritual Dana? What happened? I'm Shady Boots Dana today. I'm sorry in the bushes too. I am Shady Boots Dana today. I apologize. I'm letting it all go today. Sorry. I am Shady Boots Dana, dear Dana, today. Because I'm so frustrated at that Amber Heard. I want justice. But anyway, on that note, I think I need food. I haven't eaten today. I'm hungry. I appreciate all of you coming. We will continue this conversation on Saturday because I think it needs to be had. I truly, truly do. Forgive me for having that conversation on this channel, but it is social commentary too and psychology, so we will go there. Hey, James Pruitt. Thank you. Shady Boots Dana, it will be then. Gotta get some shady boots. But anyway, I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for coming to Dear Dana on a Wednesday night. We will be Shady Boots Dear Dana on Saturday night with Amber Heard and Johnny, and we will discuss the psychology and the body language of it as well. And the justice. We will be our own Justice League, right? If you would like to supplement the coffee fund, you can do so with the down below at the Cash App or Miracles3 at PayPal.net. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Plus plus no court next week. I know I can't stand it, but we can gossip or find out new information. We dig down the rabbit hole on the internet, right? We can gossip. Thank you for not helping you not believe Amber. You want to believe Johnny. Listen, I'm telling you, go here and look at this about Johnny. Okay? Go to this, guys. Go here and look at this video. About Johnny. After you say goodbye to me, though, okay? Don't forget to say goodbye to me. I'll be upset. I'll pretend like I'm Amber. Oh, you did. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate and I love you. Kitchen table talk, right? Shady Dana table talk. I appreciate and I love you. Come back and see me on Saturday. Thank you for coming to Dear Dana. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. I've enjoyed this. And I shall see you later. Thank you so much. Talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. You too in the bushes. Yeah, and please like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, here we go. Bum, bum, ba, da.